this past weekend. Internally, players and coaches are expecting to miss the MVP candidate for about a month. The Lakers lost their third straight game last night and could see their playoff seeding slide as they play without Anthony Davis for a few more weeks too here. So, Shannon, are you surprised LeBron will be out that long?
No, and I'm also not surprised that I was only able to watch about 5 or 6 minutes of that game last night. Skip, that's embarrassing. This is why after watching that
the
game,
Laker game.
Yeah,
I
Laker
thought you
game.
were talking about the Portland.
No. The Laker game.
Okay.
Skip, this is why LeBron is going to always be in the MVP conversation. You see with it, Skip, they could barely get the ball up. They could barely get a shot off. But no, to answer Jenny's question, no, I'm not surprised. And I know LeBron is a fast healer. And each individual is different when it comes to a different injury, be it ACL, Achilles, high ankle sprain, whatever the case may be. But when you're dealing with a situation like this, LeBron James does not have the luxury that a lot of people have. They're like, well, LeBron has to perform at the highest of highs on a nightly basis. Skip, me, if I were to have a surgery, I can come up here, I can still put my knee up on a pillow, and I can carry on about my business.
You can.
I don't have to win it. But LeBron doesn't have that luxury. LeBron can't be half-ass. He's got to be 1,000% pedal to the metal. And with that high ankle sprain, the planting, the going, the stopping, the cutting, the up and down, you got to make sure that thing is healthy. Because what you don't want is to have him come back, you make the playoff, Skip, and now all of a sudden, because if it happens again, he's done for the season. So you want to err on the side of caution, and they should take this kind of, look, you know where you're going to be. I said I don't see them winning any of the games. Maybe. If they're lucky, LeBron, they say a month, that's 16 games. Hopefully, they go 4-12. I'm hoping for them 4-12. They built up they got 28, 29 wins. So maybe when LeBron comes back, they're 33 and something, make that last push. But Skip, they only 7.5 weeks left in the regular season. May 16th is the last game. May 16th. So it's not looking good. You look at the strength of schedule, they say the Lakers have one of the hardest schedules in the NBA. Minus AD, minus LeBron. So, no, I'm not surprised it's going to be because that's a very serious injury. And Christian McCaffrey had that injury and never played. Mike Thomas had it, missed like 8 weeks, and when he came back, he was not the same. That Mike Thomas that we saw in the playoffs, Skip, you would know Mike Thomas better than that. And he looked like a shell of himself. So for me, I'm not surprised, and it's going to take time, and LeBron would be smart, be wise to take his time in coming back.
Okay. By the way, to your point about surgeries, when I was at ESPN, I came in the next day after 3 knee surgeries and 1 biceps tendon reattachment and did the show because you can do that. That works.
Yes.
Because I don't have to move that much while I'm in this seat, and you can get away with that, but not this.
You weren't going to run no marathon, play no basketball, racquetball.
No, but you can do
play
this.
Racquetball.
All right. You know that I have the highest regard for LeBron James when it comes to durability because I've never seen anything like LeBron's durability. He is simply the most durable superstar athlete I have ever closely observed. He is Iron Man. I don't know how he has done it. There's some blessing involved. There's some, good luck involved. But I don't know where the line starts and stops when it comes to I was just blessed. Some guys aren't. Some guys are just made right, where their tendon attachments are all so strong that they can just get away with more than others can. I don't even know how to explain it. I've also told you, my whole career, I have wished there was some wild new machine that we could stick our hand in for, let's say, 10 seconds and feel exactly what the injured player is feeling so that we could step back and say, oh, come on, that's nothing. Or, my God, how can you even get out of bed with that? Well, we can't. So I have no idea. As high a pain threshold as LeBron has, I have no earthly idea what that man is feeling in his body as he puts his foot on the ground right now. I have no idea. This is what I do know. When the injury in question happened, he writhed. I guess the way he gets a little melodramatic occasionally anyway, but this was completely as Kyle Kuzma said, I'd never heard him scream like that before.
Right.
And he writhed for, what, 30 or 40 seconds? And then slowly but surely, he dragged himself up, if we can see this, and just to remind everybody what it looked like on Saturday afternoon. So there's the injury from Solomon Hill. He writhes, he grabs his right ankle. He's screaming. And then he got up, and he's a little limpy, but he starts to walk on it. And then after a while, he says, I'm going to play, which is no shock to me. He's done that through his whole career. And not only did he go play, but as we see right there, he makes a shot and runs up the court on that ankle. Okay. This is what I know about you hurt your ankle badly playing football, obviously, and you said you were down and out for a good while, right? Okay, so I've turned my ankle badly running distance where you step in a pothole or step on, you trip on something and you just turn. And when you have running shoes on because they got orthotics and they're built up, you're going so far over the edge that
the ankle
feels
actually feel like it hit the pavement.
Yeah, it did, and it feels like you broke it.
Yes.
But in that case, because you're running straight line, you just writhe, and then you say, well, I'm 6 miles from home. I don't want to walk home. And you start to trot, and you say, okay, I can still do this because you're just doing this, right? You're not doing that at all. Okay, so yet, given his history and given what I saw him do, he did go straight line and run up the court, and then he walked under his own power off the floor, knocked the chair over out of frustration, went to the locker room. It surprised me that then I started to hear 3 or 4 weeks, and then I think it was Brian Windhorst who reported yesterday, most of the players are saying 1 month.
Yeah.
It just surprised me because I think winning this MVP in this year 18 was precious to him because now that's an achievement, right? Never been done before this late in a career.
Right.
And he was on track to at least be right in the middle of the conversation. I had some issues with it, but still, he was a candidate, right?
Right.
In a year in which we see a lot of default candidates, Embiid gets hurt and he just falls back and out of the.
Kevin Durant's hurt, LeBron's hurt, Melo's hurt, Steph Curry's hurt.
We got way too many hurts, right?
I think Giannis is dealing with something.
I don't know what he's been out. Okay. So that's precious to him, and obviously the clock is ticking toward the end of his career, and to catch and pass Kareem's all-time points record is a huge thing for him. Right. So if you're going to miss X games, what would you miss in a month? 14, 15, 16 games? Okay, so you miss 16 games. That's 16 shots, 16 nights where you could score 25-ish points,
That's
30
points. 25 points a night.
Okay. Well, do the math on that. That's a lot of points you can add.
He's right at 300.
Okay. So it's got to be tearing him up to miss a month. But this is my uneducated guess from a distance. I believe that he was playing so many minutes. You didn't have any problem with it, but his minutes were so high. He was, I think, 5th in the NBA in overall minutes played, not minutes per game, but he was playing every game. He'd only missed the one Sacramento at the end of the All-Star, before the All-Star break. I believe that it finally sank into him, I need to rest up for the playoff push, because what really matters in the end is that ring.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. People at home, y'all see where he's going with this? Now, this is what's going to happen. Now, he misses a month. Now, he comes back. They get AD. That we're going to talk about them possibly getting Drummond. They win the title. He called a break. He took a month off, and that's what he needed. I see where you're going with this, Skip Bayless. That's where you're going. Just like the bubble.
What have I said from day one?
We don't need rest.
You need rest.
No, we don't need rest.
And I believe either somebody convinced him you need rest, or he convinced himself, I got to reprioritize. I got to forget about the MVP. I got to forget for a moment about Kareem, and I need to prioritize winning my. How many rings does he have? Like 3 now, or
no? Solomon Hill made him forget that.
No,
Solomon Hill rolling into his ankle made him forget about the
James,
MVP.
If he really wanted to play sooner than later, I believe he could play. I believe he could have played in a week. I just do. Well, then he is an Iron Man.
No, he's not. Remember he got the groin injury?
Yeah.
You said he's going to be back in a week. What did I tell you?
I didn't say be in a week.
I told you. I said, no, it's going to be a while. As we get older, Skip.
But groins are harder. Groins are, especially if it's torn, you just can't fake it. You can't.
You remember Tua? who had high ankle sprains, what did he do? He ended up having surgery to speed up the recovery so he could get back sooner.
Well, he had surgeries on both ankles.
Because he had the same type of injury. Had tightrope.
Tightrope surgery.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Usually that involves some ligament damage.
Yes.
So does LeBron have, you got to tell me, does he have ligament damage?
You got to have ligament damage to have an ankle sprain that you're going to keep you out that length of time.
Yep.
I've dealt with those. It's a mess like stepping on hot coals.
Yep.
Every you gaping, and then you end up hurting something else. That's probably what's wrong with my hips now. Had them high ankle sprains and hobbling around and shouldn't have been out there. But hey, that's neither here nor there. The man's gonna miss a month, and when he comes back, it's gonna be on and popping.
Okay. Well, however this happened, whyever it happened, blessing in disguise.
Hey, we don't want those
you
guys.
needed that.
We don't want our blessings in disguise. We want our blessings to be straight up. Don't disguise nothing.
Well, it just happened. Whether you obviously didn't want it to happen, but it happened, and now it feels like he's going to embrace this and say, okay, I can rest my whole body.
See
what was the break from season to season? It was the shortest break.
See?
What was
exactly.
it, 71 days?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be surprised that so many superstars because of the break. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
So the unsung hero of the Lakers season is Solomon Hill, right?
Yeah, you happy about that?
Well, you should be happy about that.
I ain't happy about it.
Yeah.
Because I saw what was happening. You saw the team in Phoenix. You saw the team last night.
Yep.
Does that look like a team that can win many games without LeBron and AD?
Okay, they don't have AD. They didn't even have Marc Gasol. He's got COVID
They hadn't
issues.
had him all year.
Okay, well, I told you that. I first guessed that before the year started. Yeah. And you were gloating about we got Gasol.
I didn't want Gasol over Dwight. I was like, you got to keep one of them. Can we keep one big guy?
You were gloating.
Yeah, I thought Gasol would give us something offensively that the other guys didn't provide. Well, hell, he ain't giving us anything offensively.